Hi, my name is Robert Wheeler, and this is my audience.
1,
2, 3,
4,
5, 6,
7.
Freedom is not a gift bestowed upon us by other men, but a right that belongs to us by the laws of God and nature. This is a quote from one of our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. 245 years ago, our founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence to proclaim sovereignty from the tyrannical rule of King George and the English government. This bold decision led us to where we are today. The founding fathers sacrificed everything so that the future people of America could be free from any oppressive rule. The founding fathers helped establish our country's democracy. The risk they took helped give us freedom and set a standard for democracy throughout the world. Our founding fathers sacrificed and risked many things. George Washington sacrificed his well-being. Washington served as the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army throughout the entire Revolutionary War. During this time, he did not accept a single cent. Washington knew that our government needed to supply funds towards the war effort instead of paying him. While sacrificing his time, wealth, and health, he led the American troops into victory against the British Army. Without Washington, the war would have gone very differently. Benjamin Franklin also sacrificed his time and well-being. Franklin did not serve in the war, but he helped get funding for it. Franklin traveled to France to enlist in their help. France agreed and sent over supplies, soldiers, and money that were critical in us winning the war. The actions of Washington, Franklin, and many other founding fathers helped us win the war against the greatest military force in the world at the time. After the Revolutionary War, the founding fathers decided to make the framework for our country through many different documents. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights are just a few to mention. The Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and many other founding fathers. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights were written by James Madison. These documents helped lay out the framework for how our country was going to work and how it still works today. These documents also give the people of America their freedoms. The Bill of Rights gives the people of America the freedom of speech, religion, and the right to petition. It also gives us the protection from excessive bail and cruel and unusual punishments. Without these documents, the people of America today would not have true freedom. The democracy our founding fathers helped establish also set a standard for democracy throughout the world. Countries such as Ireland, France, and Italy were inspired by the American Revolution to stand up and fight for what they believed in. Ireland wanted more self-governance and less taxes from the British government. They stood up and fought the British government and won. France wanted to abolish the monarchy. This led to a reform, and they were able to get public schooling, a royal library, and a growing middle class. Italy wanted to unify the city-states. Revolutionary groups organized uprisings throughout the country to help accomplish this goal. They were able to unify the peninsula under a constitutional monarchy. Our democracy also helped us establish peace treaties with other nations. The Peace Treaty of Amity and Commerce helped establish peace with France and solicit their help in the Revolutionary War. The Treaty of Paris freed us from British rule and set boundaries on where our country was. The United Nations Charter set up an organization to make peace with new nations throughout the world. And the Paris Peace Treaty helped resolve World War II and establish peace with European countries. These treaties were only possible by the democracy our founding fathers established. Without these treaties, the world would look like a very different place today. The freedoms we take for granted every day are because of the founding fathers' actions. The courageous and bold actions they have are indescribable for the lives that you and I live today. They sacrificed so much for the future, knowing that they weren't going to reap the benefits. And to think that this all started with a group of men who had a vision 245 years ago, our founding fathers. Thank you.
1,
2, 3,
4,
5, 6,
7.